The first rule of xenolinguistics is simple. Never assume a word means what you think it means. I broke that rule on my third day on Kefra 9, and it nearly bound me to an alien marriage ritual older than human civilization. My name is Jonah Cade. I was assigned to the Helios Accord, humanity's first permanent diplomatic outpost on a non-hostile alien world. Kefra 9 orbited a pale blue star and was home to the Arelin, an advanced species known for their complex language, elegant cities, and an unsettling habit of embedding emotional meaning directly into spoken words. Their language wasn't just sound. It was intent. Every syllable carried layers: social standing, emotional state, and, most dangerously, commitment. That should have terrified me. Instead, I was fascinated. The Arelin city of Lithiel rose like crystal petals from the ground, its towers translucent and softly glowing at night. Gravity was lighter there, the air faintly sweet with mineral traces. The people themselves were tall and graceful, with silver-toned skin and luminous eyes that shifted color depending on mood. And then there was Essie. She was assigned as my cultural liaison, brilliant, patient, and endlessly amused by human mistakes. Her voice had a musical cadence that made even basic translations sound poetic. She corrected my posture, my gestures, my tone, and more than once, my assumptions about reality itself. "Your species speaks very loosely," she once said, her eyes glowing a soft amber that indicated curiosity. "Words are promises where I come from." I laughed then. On Earth, words are just words. She tilted her head. That explains much. The trouble began during a language exercise. The Arelin valued effort above accuracy. Attempting their language was considered a sign of respect, even if you failed spectacularly. Essie encouraged me to practice daily, correcting my pronunciation with gentle patience. That afternoon, we were standing on a balcony overlooking the city, 3 moons visible in the sky. I wanted to thank her for her help, her kindness, the way she made an alien world feel less lonely. I accessed my translator implant, turned it off as protocol suggested during practice, and spoke from memory. Karesh Valenthray. The words felt heavy as they left my mouth, vibrating in my chest in a way no human language ever had. Essie froze. Her eyes flared bright white. The air around us seemed to still. Below, several Arelin paused mid-motion, their attention snapping toward us, as if pulled by an invisible thread. I frowned. Did I say it wrong? She didn't answer immediately. When she finally spoke, her voice was quieter, layered with something I hadn't heard before. "Jonah, do you understand what you just said?" I swallowed. "I thought it meant I value your guidance." A murmur rippled across the balcony as other Arelin approached, their expressions unreadable but intent. Essie took a slow breath. "It does," she said carefully. "Among other things." My stomach dropped. "Among other things?" She met my eyes. "You declared exclusive emotional alignment, a lifelong partnership intent, and willingness to bind futures." My heart began to race. "That sounds suspiciously like marriage," she finished. Then, with impeccable calm, she added, "And I responded." I stared at her. Responded how? Her eyes softened to a luminous blue, a color I'd learned meant acceptance. "I asked if you wished to formalize the bond." The silence that followed was deafening. Every protocol screamed in my head. Diplomatic incident. Cultural violation. Interstellar scandal. I imagined the reports, the hearings, the end of my career. "I didn't mean to," I said quickly. "It was a mistake. A translation error." The gathered Arelin exchanged low harmonic sounds. Essie raised a hand, silencing them. "In our culture," she said, "such words cannot be spoken accidentally. Intent is embedded. The language responds to sincerity." "I was sincere about respecting you," I insisted. "Not marriage." She studied me, truly studied me, as if weighing not just my words but my emotions, my past, my future. "The bond has been acknowledged," she said at last. "But it is not yet sealed. There is process." That night, I didn't sleep. The human delegation was furious when they found out. Some wanted immediate extraction. Others argued we couldn't defend the Arelin by rejecting a sacred bond outright. Kefra, 9 was too important, technologically, politically, strategically. And then there was me, caught between embarrassment, fear, and an unexpected ache in my chest I didn't want to examine too closely. Over the next several days, I learned what the bond truly meant. Arelin partnerships weren't just romantic. They were neurological alignments, emotional synchronization achieved through shared experiences and mutual understanding. Marriage, to them, was a convergence of identity. Elin was given the choice to withdraw if she believed my intent was false. She didn't. Instead, she requested a clarion period, a time in which both parties could explore the bond consciously before deciding whether to dissolve or finalize it. Why? I asked her as we walked through a bioluminescent garden beneath the moons. Because, she said simply, your words resonated. The language does not lie. During the clarion period, we spent time together, truly together. She showed me Arelin memory chambers where emotions were preserved like art. I shared human music, stories of Earth, the chaos and beauty of imperfection. We debated love, duty, fear, and freedom. We laughed, something I learned the Arelin did rarely, but beautifully. And slowly, against all logic, something shifted. The bond deepened, not through ritual, but through choice. When the final day came, the council gathered beneath a sky streaked with auroras. Elin stood beside me, radiant and calm. Do you still wish to release the bond? The elder asked me. I thought of Earth, of home, of everything I would leave behind. Then I thought of Essen, of a world that had changed me, challenged me, seen me not as a stranger, but as a possibility. No, I said. The word echoed, pure and deliberate. Elin's eyes glowed brighter than the moon's. The bond was sealed not with vows, but with shared intent, a resonance that hummed through my mind, not erasing who I was, but expanding it. Years later, as Earth and Kefra, 9 flourished in alliance, historians would call it the most unlikely union in recorded interstellar history. All because of one word. A word I never meant to say, and a promise I chose to keep.